So from Psalm 32 verses 3, 4, and 5, we have seen the other day that not having forgiveness in our lives has a terrible effect on us. It as believers, God doesn't let it be easy for us to wallow in that sin and in that issue, and our lives are greatly impacted by it, somewhat destroyed by it. And if getting to forgiveness takes admitting our sin, then it is a way better path than just staying in stuff and getting hurt for it, getting hurt by it, actually. So forgiveness affects us greatly. And in Luke 7:47, when Jesus was in that house, and then there was this woman, and she was doing some unexpected and socially really just it was just very unseemly what she was doing in everybody's eyes, and Jesus says about that, "Wherefore I say to you, her sins, which are many, are forgiven, for she loved much, but to whom little is forgiven, the same loves little." So he makes like an amazing statement about forgiveness and love. And he says, well, when you are forgiven much, then you can love much. Without forgiveness, that's not really a possibility. And that's like an amazing thought. Like have you, just to consider that, do you want love to grow in your life? And this is like one of our, as believers, this is one of our great aspirations in life, that we will grow in the love of God, and we will experience it more ourselves and be able to give it. But without forgiveness, apparently, that's not really a possibility. There was that story about Da Vinci, and I'm not going to say it here, but the point was that when he has forgiven, he could see Jesus's face. Until then, no. And this is true of us as well. I don't forgive, I don't forgive, then I will not see Jesus clearly. And when I have a deep understanding, when I live in forgiveness, when I'm serious about it, when I press for it, I want to know it, then my life will be different. Like this woman, like I can, let's say, speak without anger. I can speak without anger because I have forgiven. That's a huge deal in life. When I don't have to react to stuff that comes my way. I don't have to be like, all angry immediately at stuff. When I have forgiven, life, like the craziness level in my mind is way lower than it will be without forgiveness. Guilt will not be a defining factor in my life. Wounds will not lead my life, because healing can start once I have forgiven. So how does that happen? Well, that's an amazing thought, I think, and something worth talking about, but maybe just mentioning. The first thing about how do we learn forgiveness? Well, we must learn to accept forgiveness. 1 John 3:20 is a good meditation about that, and I encourage you to turn there and consider that verse. But this is a first. God can convince my heart if I let Him convince me about forgiveness, and if I push after His forgiveness, He can convince my heart about the value and the reality of it. But I need to make that decision to search for it, and you do too. So that was a good chunk of stuff to chew on, and God bless your day.